the family, marriage. Is that a thing today in this society? Why not?
I don't know. I just think people not really focused on marriage.
You have a boyfriend, sis? All right. How long y'all been together? 4 years. So what's the hold up? The baby? Before you crack your legs open, you know what I'm saying? Before the sister lays down with the brother, she gotta know the brother. Ain't that right?
Marriage is honorable in all.
When you prove the individual, before laying down with the individual, you prove them, and if he is able to withstand that test, then marriage comes. The truth according to the Bible.
Right.
We are teaching that Christ is black.
Right.
We talking about y'all sisters gotta have modesty on.
Right.
Y'all supposed to cover up.
Bring it out.
All these sisters dress out provocative, and they wonder now how can they find a good man.
Bring it out.
It's because you're loud mouth. Read.
And seek my face.
Read it again.
I will go and return to my place.
Once our sisters, our black sisters, Hispanic sisters, respect the black man, because that's a commandment for our sisters to respect the black man. My sister, let me ask you a question. You think the nucleus, the family, marriage, is that a thing today in this society? Why not?
I don't know. I just think people not really focused on marriage.
Why did we have a sudden shift in our society, in our culture? Babies? So, all right, when is the baby supposed to occur? Sirach 6 and 9. When is the baby supposed to occur in a relationship? After marriage. And our people are doing what? They want to turn up, right? Now, let me show you what the Bible says, because before you crack your legs open, you know what I'm saying? Before the sister lays down with the brother, she gotta know the brother. Ain't that right? Read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend.
So if you would get a spouse, right? Read.
Prove him first.
Before you lay down with the person, you're supposed to prove them, bring them through various tests. You understand? See if they could take on the terrain, take on the mud. They want to take the sunny days, but they're not ready for the rain.
Right.
They get dirt down and dirty. Because in marriage, right? I'm married. Some of these brothers, my brother right here is married. So in marriage, there's bad times and there's good times, right? So you're supposed to be able to prove and dictate whether or not the brother is going to stay in that bad times. You understand? Because a lot of our brothers is locking up and jumping ship after that. Oh, I don't want that child. But you lay down. Think about it, right? It's your most private part, and you give it to somebody else. Shouldn't that be private? Give me Hebrews 13. We're going to get some Bible. Because the Bible covers everything that we need to know as a society, as a race of people. Read.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
Now, we don't have honorable marriages. Right now, they'll spend like, what, 20 G's on a marriage? It's just a big, lavish party nowadays. Because what do they do? What did the men do technically before the marriage? It begins with a B. A bachelor party. You know what happens during a bachelor party, sis?
Bring it out.
They ain't ready. If you having a bachelor party before your marriage, you ain't ready to get married. You understand?
Right.
Your one last go around, your one last hurrah. No. Read this again.
Marriage is honorable in all.
When you prove the individual, before laying down with the individual, you prove them, and if he is able to withstand that test, then marriage comes. Everything outside of that realm is dishonorable. Because that's an antonym for honorable. It's dishonorable if it's not honored. You
right.
understand? Read.
and the bed undefiled.
Meaning, if you have a boyfriend, sis? All right. How long y'all been together? 4 years. So what's the hold up? The baby?
I had a baby.
Get married. You don't need a lavish marriage.
I want to get married.
Why not? See, that was
I'm not
to
waiting.
prove it, huh?
I'm not waiting on him.
What does that mean?
Meaning, if I find my husband, goodbye.
But you know, today in society, boyfriend and girlfriend, right? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? How old is he? 26, right? That's a grown man. You're using boyfriend. That's a belittling statement. Girlfriend is a belittling statement. They want us to stay in that young mentality. You understand?
Bring it out.
The Bible teaches about marriage. Read this, and then after this, go to 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22. Read this.
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
So you know what a whoremonger is? Whoremonger is a brother that sleeps with different women. You understand? And an adulterer is somebody that does the same exact thing. They break wedlock, quote unquote. And when it says that God will judge them, there's going to be repercussions. Because once you step out that realm and deal with multiple different people, what's the possibilities that will happen?
You could probably get sick.
Sick STDs. And that's the consequences of laying around and hooking up with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and then our brothers hooking up with Shakira, Serena, Champagne, Mercedes. They don't know these particular people from the Hill of Beans. Hell, they probably don't even know their last names, but they want to lay down with the person. Give me Timothy now. Yes. But what are you gonna do? Because you have a sis. What's your name?
My name's Radisha.
Rakisha? Okay, damn. Did I say
Radisha.
Radisha. Okay, I thought I said right. My name is Eli, right? What you have is a verbal commitment. You don't have an official commitment, and you're ready out your mouth to jump ship. So that must mean that you're probably dealing with some people on the side, right?
No, I'm not.
Show
a
the facts of the
cheater.
black man.
Huh?
I'm not a cheater, no.
Okay. What about him?
No, but honestly, I want to get married, so.
All right, did you have that type of discussion? My sister's right here. Let me show y'all something right here. Because how old are y'all? 15? Okay. Because eventually, like my sister right here, y'all would want to get married, right? Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, for a man to hold y'all down is a good thing. Read. Yes.
First Timothy.
Yeah, 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy chapter 2:22. I want y'all youngest to listen up. Just listen up.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22. Flee also youthful lust.
What does the word flee mean? What does the word flee mean, my sisters? Flee. Leave.
Yeah.
Now, what would be a youthful lust?
Say it again.
What would be a youthful lust?
Girlfriend, boyfriend?
Yes. Also clubbing. You know that club in New York, Webster Hall? That's a youthful lust. That's where people want to go to have parties, go to a room.
You don't go to the club?
No.
Really?
I'm married. I take care of my
go with your
household.
wife?
No. That's called reveling according to the Bible. Give me that precept. Matter of fact, finish this. Find me reveling.
Flee also youthful lust. But follow righteousness.
The thing is, if you think about the club, sis, if you think about the club, what are you doing? You're grinding. Some sisters, I'm not going to say you,
Yeah,
but some people are grinding on another man's ride.
But
That's what goes down.
that's not everything that goes on at the club. Like some people go to clubs to listen to good music, catch up with homegirls.
They are not, the music today is not positive.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
Go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 5. The music today is not positive at all. The music today is negative, grind, reggaeton. and a whole bunch of sexual music. That's why they had somebody actually called Sexy Red.
Not too much from sexy.
Huh? She's not. Read this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse.
Here's what you should be doing, sis. Read this.
And verse 5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise.
God said it is better to hear what? The Bible, the rebuke of the wise, the correction of the Bible, read.
Than for a man to hear the song of fools.
So when you go to a club and you're listening to what? Foolish music, what do you think that's going to do to your spirit?
You're right.
Half of the people say, hey, that is my song. No. Because what? That song incites what? Sexual dances,
Bring it out.
drinks, pill, date rape. And the thing is, too, the club is so dangerous, sis.
Bring it out.
What do they do in the club? Some people find their spouse in the club. Are you going to find your spouse in the club?
No, I don't want to.
Exactly. Because the thing is, the club, the brothers, because we're not far from that type of society. We repented and got into the truth of taking care of our wives, taking care of our families, and holding things down and being a responsible adult. You understand? Now, the brothers, my sister, the brothers say, where the hoes at? That's the conversation before they enter the club. You heard that before, right?
Bring it out.
Huh?
Have you ever said
We have repented. Give me Titus chapter 3, verse 3. Yeah. The Bible is all based upon change. We have to change our worldly mindset and become that godly man that we are ordained to be. Read this.
Titus chapter 3 and verse 3. For we ourselves,
because we're not trying to, when we teaching out God's laws, right? Statutes and commandments, we've been in that lifestyle. We have done that realm of behavior. And we know what that realm of behavior ends up with: unwanted children, disorder in families. That's what the road leads to. It doesn't lead to like prosperous. You will see an IG or social media, people going to Dubai, living lavish lives, and being single. No, the God is calling us to what? Take care of a nation. Our nation as a people, the people on this side right here, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are all in disarray. And from the American blacks, which is Judah, households are destroyed. Jamaicans, households are destroyed. They will go to Carnival and have Carnival babies. The so-called Haitians, which is Levi, houses are destroyed.
bring it out.
So on and so forth. One spouse believes in voodoo, the other spouse believes in Christianity. That's confusion. Read.
For we ourselves also
We at a time,
were sometimes foolish.
So the foolish behavior that we was indulging in is in sin.
Right.
We also was in the midst of sin.
Right.
But when we came to this knowledge of the Bible, we had to change our lives. You understand? Read.
Disobedient. Deceit.
So let me show you, sis. Let me show you something that is disobedience that we see our people doing throughout the streets of Newark. You ready? Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Because the people on this side is the only people that's going to get saved according to the Bible. You heard me, sis? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is the only people that's going to be saved. You don't see the other nations living in the slums like we are. We are the ones that's getting punished for disobedience. You understand? Read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not.
So, the Bible is addressing our sisters, right? It says the woman shall not what?
Wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So what is sisters wearing today that belongs to men?
Like they don't know how to be. Some girls don't know how to let men be men. Like women today want to be the new men.
Okay. Okay, that doesn't quite apply. Read it from the top.
The woman.
Sis, come here. Sis, come forth. I'm gonna ask her the question. I'm gonna give her a little bit a hint. Read this.
The woman shall not wear.
Wear. So wear is what? Wear. What is that? Clothing, right? So it's not necessarily talking about the attitude. You understand? Read.
That which pertaineth unto a man.
So, sis, is it right? She already gave the answer. Thank you. Is it right for our sisters to be wearing pants?
I mean, I don't know how to answer that because what's wrong with pants?
God says no. It's cross-dressing. Now, hold on. Sis.
I got a question for you.
Let me finish the verse. Let's finish God's word, right? Read. Now, I'm going to ask you the same exact question, right? But I'm going to ask on the context of the next verse. Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Now, sis, you asked, what's wrong with a sister pinning on pants? What would be wrong with a brother pinning on a dress?
Bring it out.
Okay, well, you said that way.
My mom, but it
It
was
makes
nice
sense.
talking to you guys.
Sis, what's your nationality?
I'm just African American.
You're from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
You're from the nation of Israel, sis.
Bring it out.
And you got to wear a dress. Soon as you start taking care of yourself outwardly, guess what? Men is not going to approach you any other way. You understand? Our sisters want to show off their curves, their backsides. You understand? Some sisters want to show off their curves and backside and attract the wrong attention. ISIS.
Just like a woman, you behave like a woman.
Yes.
Just like a
Yes. It's a spirit that comes behind the pants.
Right.
That aggressive spirit. You see how the black woman is all that is coming from them wearing pants. Huh?
Not all, some.
Sisters that have the pants on, because the laws of God, sis, is spiritual.
Right.
You understand? You know you get, sis, you can't tell me you don't got a little ghetto in you. If somebody come up to you, you're going to be like, no, our sisters got that little ghetto in them. You understand?
How they come up?
And that's coming from that spirit.
Right.
Believe it or not, the law is spiritual. Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So this is the law on cross-dressing. It's not right. You have a grandson, right? He walks up in there and say, I'm gonna wear a dress, ma, grandma. You take that backhand quick. Pass. Whoa. Come on. Hold on. I feel like you're gonna say, you can either say something good.
I would tell them it's not
Hold on. What'd you say? You tell him what?
I would tell them it's not proper. I won't backhand them, but I would tell them it's not proper. I'll explain to them the reason why.
It's not a sin to chastise
No, I
and beat
know
your
that.
kid. Because the thing is, they're born in the household, right? You're the physical first person to discipline them. If you do not discipline them, who's going to discipline them?
No,
Bring it
you're
out.
right.
Society.
Yeah.
So you gotta.
Look. I don't have no problem with that. I'm old school. I'm 50-something years old. But look. But the thing now, the way these kids now, you gotta. Sometimes it's not good just to backhand. You gotta have patience. You gotta talk to children.
What's the difference between the kid, the 2-year-olds, the child's now today, and the difference between back then?
They're more faster. They're more alert.
There's no difference. You still, as an adult, sis, you as being old school, you still as an adult have to give that correction. Read this. This is what the Bible says. Read.
Sirach chapter 30 and verse 12. Bow down his neck while he is young.
It says bow down his neck. Why? Read.
And beat him of a side.
Beat him on the side. The Bible speaks about beating the child on the side. He would never leave from that mentality. That's why you have grown women. You ain't my daddy. Have you ever heard that? You ain't my daddy. You ain't my parent. You ain't tell me what the... No, because what the parent instill in the child carries on from when they're older. Read this. And that's Bible. Read.
Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child.
Train up a child, read.
In the way he should go.
Wait, what you gotta do? You gotta train the child according to God's laws. You understand? If you have a daughter, she gotta wear a dress. You understand? If it's a son, he can't be cross-dressing. He can't tell you, I like this particular thing. No, you gotta instill what's right. Man with man, woman with woman. You have to instill what's right. And then when you're walking down the street with the child, you gotta tell them, that's wrong, that's wrong, don't smoke, you shouldn't be getting sisters that's dressing like this. You have to look for an actual woman. You have to instill that in your child, day in and day out. Read that again.
Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from
He
it.
won't depart from it.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation